1, 2, the cut down. The OnePlus 9 series introducing the IMX 766 camera sensor. What do you know? So this is something that was previewed, and I believe this will be a quick fire one. It shouldn't be a long thing. OnePlus so the official announcement for the OnePlus 9 series, so far we only know of 2 devices that I know of. I try not to pay attention to leaks too much. I try and report on what my expectations would be based on certain things that the manufacturers previewing, if that's what they're doing. If what they're doing at all. So the announcement and the partnership with Hasselblad, that was something that we talked about previously. We also know the confusion with the communication, because Hasselblad are not the ones that actually supply the camera sensors. It's still Sony, which is to be expected. Right now, from what we know, they're dealing with the color processing and the pipeline, which is very, very important for OnePlus to get right. The color processing, the dynamic range processing, the final picture output is key. And if Hasselblad can really help with that, great. If Hasselblad are going to be helping with the glass optics as well in eventuality in the future, great to see. So what they're doing is they're announcing and they're previewing certain aspects of the device as time goes. Great. So one of the key elements that we've had previewed when they announced, and this was tweeted by the CEO account, Pete Lau. OnePlus 9 series will feature a 50 megapixel Sony IMX 766 ultra wide camera. CEO shares camera sample. And again, if you've seen the announcement of the Find X3 Pro, same sensor that we're talking about. Now, where is it going to be placed? Is it going to be the 9 or the 9 Pro, or is it going to be both? We don't know. I'm guessing it's going to be on the Pro because it's a high-end main camera sensor. Now, what they did say is that the main camera sensor is going to be the IMX 789, and this is something that they announced with the new generation sensor that's going to be able to shoot 4K UHD up to 120 frames a second. We talked about that previously. So let's read this article from GSM Marina. OnePlus recently confirmed that the primary cameras on the OnePlus 9 series arriving on the 23rd of March will be using Sony's IMX 789 sensor. Now, the company has revealed that the ultra-wide camera on the OnePlus 9 will use an IMX 766 sensor, 50 megapixels, ultra-wide, ultra-clear. This is what they're boasting. The ultra-wide will have a 50 megapixel resolution. OnePlus says the unit will come with the freeform lens and will reduce distortion from 20% to about 1%. Interesting. OnePlus CEO Pete Lau even shared a couple of images on Twitter. One is captured in conventional camera and has some distortion, while the other is taken with the IMX 766 with minimal distortion. Okay, let's see. Distortion and no distortion. Distortion and no distortion. Okay, cool. I dig that. The OnePlus 9 series reportedly includes 3 smartphones. We're looking at the Vanilla 9, the 9 Pro, and the 9E. This is still up in the air. I don't know. OnePlus hasn't yet confirmed which model will feature the 50 megapixel IMX 766 ultra wide unit, but it's likely the Pro will have one, since it will have the top end model of the flagship line, which is definitely predictable. Cool. Interesting. Now, I'll say this, OnePlus, please, for the sake of me, please just come through with the camera, period. Just make sure that the camera experience is good. Everything on paper looks very promising. New generation sensors compared to the competition, factually going to be the only smartphone manufacturer that's going to be able to shoot 4K UHD at 120 frames a second. It's not about how useful it is or who's going to use it. Factually, they are going to be the only smartphone manufacturers that do that. That is impressive for a smartphone. It's impressive. Now they're showcasing this ultra wide and the fact that it's the IMX 766, which looks like a very promising main camera sensor. It's going to be doing some form of pixel binning down to 13 megapixels or 12 megapixels in some capacity, or 12.5 megapixels in some capacity. Everything looks promising. I just really need to, I'm just very, very hopeful. I'm optimistically hopeful that this partnership of Hasselblad in this current first iterative stage. I really hope, and I know people get onto me for saying really a lot, but I need to drive that away. I really hope they fix the image processing big time. And if that's done, the hardware is not the issue anymore. That means it's done. We can really take away from, let's wait for software updates. I said it before. I just want OnePlus to come out the shadow of, hey, just stick Gcam on it and it works. Please. Gcam cannot be the solution for OnePlus every single time. I just don't want it to be that. Because everything else that OnePlus does, it patterns. Typing experience is on point. The intangibles that you don't see on a device here, OnePlus do so well. The 8T is such a good device. The typing experience is good. The display experience is good. The software is good. The build quality is good. The charging is good. The speed and performance is good. Then the camera, you're like, bruh, it's okay. And it's been greatly improved from where it was because OnePlus just have the cheat code of really doing quick and effective software updates. But then again, like I said, the first impression stick has been stuck. I'm passionate about this here because OnePlus is a brand that I've been a big fan of for years, since the OnePlus One, since even before I worked for them as a company, you see. So it's good. They're showcasing this preview. I like it, man. I like it. I dig that. Let's just hope it all wraps up into where we need to see. Is it a quad camera system? Is it a triple camera system? We'll see as the previews go on. I'm guessing it's going to be some form of zoom. I don't believe OnePlus are that heavily invested in zoom. I believe it's just going to be a ×3 optical with a ×30 digital, as predicted, as previous as last year with the OnePlus 8 Pro. My hopes are high for it. I just hope that with how heavy they're marketing, the last product and the last device that they really went hard at marketing the camera, from what I remember, was the OnePlus 5 as the headline. Let's hope this one pays off, OnePlus. I'm rooting for you. I'm expectant. And that's my initial impressions of the updated announcement of the new IMX 766 sensor for the OnePlus 9 series.